Most people look at Group A and say Mexico first, South Korea second, Czechia third, South Africa fourth. And honestly, that might be the final table. But the mistake is thinking this group will be simple, because I think the final ranking could look normal, while the actual group becomes extremely tense, especially for South Korea. So today, I'm not just going to predict the final table. I'm going to predict every single match, update the table after each round, and show you where this group could explode. The tournament starts with Mexico versus South Africa. And this is a brutal opener for South Africa. Not because South Africa are bad, they are organized, they are physical, they have a very good goalkeeper in Ronwen Williams, and they can make games ugly. But this match is in Mexico City. Opening game, home crowd, pressure, altitude, energy. That is a huge advantage for Mexico. I don't think Mexico destroys South Africa, because South Africa are not the kind of teams that completely collapses easily. But I do think Mexico control the match. Maybe South Africa survive for a while. Maybe it is 0-0 after 25 or 30 minutes. But eventually, Mexico's pressure, set pieces and crowd energy become too much. My prediction, Mexico 2, South Africa 0. Mexico start with 3 points. South Africa are already under pressure. Now comes the game that might decide the whole group, South Korea versus Czechia. This is the dangerous one, because South Korea are probably the better team on paper. They have Son, they have Lee Kang-in, they have Hwang Hee-chan, they have more attacking talent. But Czechia are exactly the type of team that can make Korea uncomfortable. They are physical, they are organized, they are dangerous on corners and free kicks. They do not need 60% possession to hurt you. And this is why I do not predict an easy Korea win. I think Korea will have more quality on the ball, but Czechia will make the game ugly. Korea scores through one moment of quality. Czechia answers through a set piece, a second ball, or a direct attacking move. My prediction, South Korea 1, Czechia 1. And now the group becomes interesting. After the first round, the table looks like this. Mexico are comfortable, but Korea are not. Because after only one game, Korea already know. We probably need to beat South Africa later, and we cannot lose to Mexico. That is pressure. Next, Czechia versus South Africa. This is not a glamorous game, but it is absolutely massive. For Czechia, this is almost a must-win. If they draw South Africa after already drawing Korea, they probably need something against Mexico. That is dangerous. For South Africa, this is their best chance to stay alive. They need at least a point. And I think this match is very close. Low scoring, physical, not beautiful, lots of duels, maybe not many clear chances. But Czechia have one thing South Africa may struggle with: set pieces, corners, free kicks, big bodies in the box, second balls. And in a tight World Cup group, that can be enough. My prediction, Czechia 1, South Africa 0. Maybe a header, maybe a messy goal, maybe a goal that does not look pretty at all, but Czechia take 3 points. Now the table becomes like this. And suddenly South Korea are in trouble. Not eliminated, not panicking, but definitely under pressure, because Czechia have done their job. Now we get Mexico versus South Korea. This is the biggest match for the top of the group, but psychologically, it is more dangerous for Korea. Mexico already have 3 points. If Mexico draw, they are still okay. If Mexico win, they are almost through. But Korea only have 1 point in this scenario. If Korea lose to Mexico, they go into the final match with 1 point. That means they must beat South Africa and hope Czechia do not shock Mexico. So Korea will be under pressure, and pressure changes games. I think Korea have moments. They have enough attacking quality to hurt Mexico. Song can create something. Lee Kang-in can unlock a defense. Hwang Hee-chan can attack space. But Mexico at home with momentum in this group are just a little too strong. I said this as a close game. Korea score, but Mexico find a way. My prediction, Mexico 2, South Korea 1. And now the group table is dramatic. Now look at this. Mexico are basically safe, Czechia are in great position, South Korea are in danger. The final table may still end normally, but at this moment, Korea are staring at elimination. On the final match day, Czechia versus Mexico. For Mexico, a draw is enough to win the group. For Czechia, a win would probably send them through and maybe even put them first, depending on goal difference. So Czechia cannot just sit passively. They need to be smart, but they also know that if they lose and Korea beat South Africa, they could drop to third. That creates a very interesting tactical problem. Do Czechia attack Mexico or do they protect the draw? I think Czechia make this game uncomfortable. They defend deep, they attack set pieces, they slow the tempo, they make Mexico work. Mexico, already close to qualification, do not need to take crazy risks. So I see this as the kind of match where both teams have reasons not to completely open the game. My prediction, Czechia 1, Mexico 1. Mexico finished the group unbeaten, Czechia moved to 5 points. But now everything depends on Korea. Temporary table looks like this. Korea now have only one job, beat South Africa. But they may also need goal difference depending on the full situation. This is where the pressure becomes huge. Final game, South Africa versus South Korea. For South Africa, this is pride, survival, and maybe a miracle pass. For Korea, this is everything. And this is where I think Korea finally show their quality. Because South Africa can defend, they can frustrate you, they can keep the game close. But if they need to chase the match, that becomes difficult. Korea's attackers are simply better. If Korea score first, South Africa have to open up, and that gives Korea more space. So I think this game starts nervously. Maybe Korea are frustrated for 30 minutes. Maybe South Africa's goalkeeper makes a big save, but eventually Korea breaks through. And once the first goal comes, the second becomes possible. My prediction, South Africa 0, South Korea 2. Korea survive, not easily, not comfortably, but they survive. So after all 6 games, my final table looks like this. Wait, that table has a problem. Czechia have 5 points, Korea have 4. So Korea will not finish second. And this is exactly why match-by-match predictions are useful. Because if I predict Mexico beat South Africa, Korea draw Czechia, Czechia beat South Africa, Mexico beat Korea, Mexico draw Czechia, Korea beat South Africa, then the final table is actually Mexico first and Czechia second, and South Korea only third. So here is the key. If Korea beat Czechia in the opening match, I think the group finishes normally. Mexico first, Korea second, Czechia third, South Africa fourth. But if Korea only draw Czechia, then everything changes. Because Czechia can beat South Africa, draw Mexico, and finish on 5 points. Even if Korea beats South Africa, they only reach 4. So my real prediction is this. Mexico win the group, South Africa finish 4th. But second place depends almost entirely on one match, Korea versus Czechia. If Korea win, Korea qualify. If Korea draw, Czechia may still second. If Korea lose, Korea are in serious danger. So the final table is not the interesting part, the opening matches. And that is why Group A is much more dangerous than it looks.